Welcome to Miss Dragon's Menagerie. Everyone is welcome, everyone is accepted. The only requirement is that you are loving, kind, and respectful to one another. Bad behavior will not be tolerated. Oh, say hello to the replay crew. For this, got sounds like yep. Hello to the replay. Sounds like everything is working. So, we'll just hang around, see if anybody shows up. And in the meantime, I'll just keep my air conditioner on. And so, shut off my YouTube and my Wi-Fi so I don't have so much going on. So the one person that says is here was probably my phone. So we'll see if anybody shows up. It's Thursday. There's no pictures like yesterday, so it's not as exciting, you know. Hey Sandy, how are you? So yeah, yesterday was picture day. Today is nothing exciting. Just come in, guys, pick a topic and we can work on it. No. I've had my head buried trying to get the news blast caught up for Rumble and Spotify and all that. And now that my brain is coming out of this fog from this migraine medication, I'm not as dizzy. I'm having to play catch up. And the fact that Enoch went on a camping trip. So, nope, that didn't get that out of sight. I know. We're supposed to go down into the 80s next week. I'm crossing my fingers. It'll be easier on my electric bill. Because I've got this thing running and the house air conditioning running. That's kind of my own fault because my air conditioning, the heater air vent, is underneath this table and I freeze if I leave it open. But then I shut it and yeah. Oh God, that's how my house was this morning. I didn't open the windows last night because it was still smoky, so it was humid in the house when we woke up. And I turned the air conditioning off and for the house and just turned our little unit like this on in the bedroom. And so, yeah, we walked out of the bedroom and it was like, oh, I can't breathe. But I think we may have one more streak of hot weather, unless this was our August stream for hot weather, and then it's all downhill till next spring. So, and I can't believe summer's pretty much gone. I got 2 weeks with the daycare kids, and then they go back to school. So it was great that hubby got his surgery like he needed, but just didn't get outside. So, hey, Mary, how are you? Yeah. 80s, low 80s is perfect for me. Maybe with like about 20% relative humidity, which is great. It's not too bad. My power bill loves it because I maybe have a fan running. But, wow, yeah, college always started out early. No, wait, no, late. We always started at the end of September, but they also went into like the end of June. So, but, oh, honey. Yeah. Yeah. It'll be tough, but you'll get through it. I prefer like 72. Still can wear shorts, but if need be, I can throw on a jacket. Yeah. I have to make a point because I'm horrible at communicating. I'm terrible to keep in touch with my stepmom because dad died in June, so she's she's struggling because when dad died, she lost 2/3 of her 2/3 of the income because he had a teaching retirement pension plus his social security, and so she's struggling on $1,400 a month. So yeah. I don't like anything with sleeves. I wear these things 365. And as it gets cooler in the house, my body just adjusts to it. And it does that in the summer too. I take it you have Mocha on the couch with you? Or no, your aunt. Yeah. I'm terrible at keeping up with everybody. Oh, awesome. Oh, that'd be some pretty weather. Well, it'll be kind of windy, but maybe start heading towards August. Oh no, yeah. Look into whatever you can. They say, what is it? The cortisol is your stress hormone. To reduce that, it's buffering. I'm not getting any warning on this side, but yeah. Let me see what it's doing on my end. Well, when I can come up, I only have one phone bar. I don't know if it's because I'm not getting the little Wi-Fi bar thingy bobbers. So that's usually when I have problems. On the 15th, okay. Let's see if it's still buffering. It still doesn't seem to be on my end. I can turn the volume down. But I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, hey, Lynn. I mean, it from my end. Let me close it out and then let it do its thing. Come on, lighten up. It doesn't look like it's buffering on my end. So it feels like an infinity mirror. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. Okay, stop. I do not need to keep staring at myself on this thing. So what do you guys think of my new banner picture? That took a while to get it, to fight with it, to get it up there. I had to resize it and download some. It was really weird. I had to typed in making a YouTube banner instead of the whole picture. But hopefully it's not buffering anymore. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice way to do it. Maybe try reloading, Sandy. Oh, good, good, Mary. That's an excellent thing to do. Yeah, they had one of those in Space Mountain when I was a kid, going up the top of the roller coaster. There was an infinity mirror on each side. That just takes me back to the 70s. Yeah. Having the meals ready will save you a lot. But just enjoy the time you got with her. Record her. Video her. She might not be thrilled, but you'll have it for later on. And I have mother's, a couple of her voicemails still I need to record and transfer to an external, but I kick myself for not having any of dad. So, so yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna be doing tonight. We're supposed to, go break down the cardboard, take donut and drop it off, and I haven't done that yet at all. I've been too busy working on my news blast, so hopefully I'll get a break and be able to go. I stayed up too late last night, hoping there'd be a marfugal, but since he had drove to the FEMA area, wherever that is, I think it's the FEMA area for Pacific Northwest. It was a 2-hour drive for him to get there. I think that's why there wasn't a show. So, yeah, yeah. I mean, sweet. I'm not even close. I haven't even hit 2,000 hours, but I've had so much going on this year. I may be able to get back to my routine again once the kids get back into school, but I don't think I'm gonna make it. Because can't just say, when hubby was off sick, I can't just say, bye, I gotta go do this or I gotta go do that, and have him sitting out waiting if well, now can do anything. So now I don't worry about much. Yeah. I Me and Bradley didn't talk a lot on the phone, but I found a video on his Facebook and it was like he was talking to me, so I saved it. So, yeah. And yeah, he's good chunk of him is nicely sprinkled up on Mount Rainier. So, I got to take another chunk of him when I go to the other side of Mount Rainier and sprinkle him when no one's looking. And because up there it just looks like St. Helens Ash. No one would think twice. So, oh, nice. I just downloaded the place I want to take the kids next week. But I need to sit there and do a voiceover because I just did it with music when I did it as a premiere last time. And people were, just kind of bummed that there wasn't any talking or describing what it was. And so I want to take the kids first so I can make notes of what and where these places are because I've forgotten. It's really cool though. But yeah, forget what it's called. No, hell, it's my own stuff. I'll give you an idea of what the place looks like if I can find it on YouTube again. They can't. I can't get a copyright strike for my own stuff. So let's see if it was in my. And I moved my computer so I could type better. Not the loop. Oh, here we go. The loop trail was gorgeous. I love the Natchez Peak loop trail, but let's see if I can find it. Yeah, they are. I just want to eventually say that I'm monetized. I can tell my granddaughter, yeah, grandma was monetized. Um, Even if I don't keep it. All right, where's it at? Chrome tab. There we go. This one. I'll see if I can move myself into a smaller picture. Gosh, it's choppy right now. Doing it online. But how do I get myself tiny? But it's just the coolest place to go. Nah. But I'll have to go back with the kids and write down pictures of different places so I can go through it. I'd love to get back here in the fall. Yeah. Okay. Well, it's pitching a fit with me because it's telling me I'm. There we go. It was telling me that there wasn't much bandwidth I was using. It was, yeah, yeah, definitely. Husband, daughter, all of them you can get with you to get her to the airport will be a lot helpful. It'll be a lot of help. Yeah. I gotta get down to Dad's and get what I want. Pat's been kind of putting stuff aside, but I think it's gonna come down to keep her head above water. Sell the house. It's falling apart anyway. Sell a lot of the stuff that's inside of it, and then she's 91, and then find a place for assisted living for the next year or two. So, I mean, she's perfectly capable. She's driving to the peninsula at 91. So, I mean, health wise, she's, decent shape. Marbles are still there. So, yeah. But I need to tell her I do these so she can, see that now I'm getting too cold so that she could see we're okay. Now it's going to click like crazy because I understand why it was refurbished. But still, I'll deal with the click and the little doorway not closing anytime to save $200. So, well, something just flashed in front of my screen. Close my Wi-Fi so it doesn't do that. Yeah. I gotta remember the 15th so I'm gonna have to put it in my calendar so I can remember to reach out. Yeah, I am just horrible. It's like I said, my stepmom, I called her the other day. Keith, he has to remind me. And I told her, I said, well, I Facebook messaged you. She hasn't checked them. She's like, no. Well, she hasn't seen it yet. So to tell her that we were okay, the fire wasn't bothering us. But I got to check on her. I'll have to check on her more and more. But I'm one of these people that it's like when the class reunion, they're a really good friend. Just love to see each other. We were supposed to go down last year and we didn't get a chance to. And we talk once in a blue moon, but both of us are bad at communicating. So we know the other one's not mad at each other. We just know we're bad at communicating. So, hey, carry on. Janet, it took me a second. Okay, brain, you know who this is. So, yeah, hubby took today and tomorrow off. The shop's getting a little slow, so he's like, I might as well just ease my way into a 5-day work week slowly. Because last week went back to work on Tuesday. Let's see. Wednesday went to eat, work Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday he drove me to my doctor's appointment, so he was off for that day. And then Friday he went back to work. So 2 weeks of 3 days a week. Can't say that I blame him, but I want to find out if even though he was off work, yes, good. That is awesome. And yeah, you will. Piddlesy poo. What was I saying? Oh, but hubby, getting back into his work week, his work schedule. So, he took the 2 days off. The daycare kids aren't here, so we don't have to watch them play Fortnite or watch Minecraft videos where people just they run through the world, and I look at it and it's like I watch it for about 2 seconds and I'm like, I'm gonna get sick, guys. I can't do this. So yeah. So my life will be kind of back to where it was, and I can get stuff done. And I'm especially since I'm getting out of this fog. Just you know, I'll take the headaches instead of having to deal with the dizziness, the feels like the room's spinning. Here I thought the other day I had vertigo, and I'm pretty sure it was the medication. So, yeah. No, I don't know. Oh my, hold on. I got to reschedule. Jesus. I have to adjust. I need a pad. I need a gaming chair, but I don't want to spend the money because I'm a tightwad. I'd rather buy weird random stuff from Temu instead. So, and then open it up in here and discover. I can see why they let some of us get these for free. I mean, the daycare kid's gonna love playing with it. But yeah, I've got the black shirt worked pretty good for the class reunion. Had to. I thought about it too late that I should have just broke out the old strapless bra. I guess because you could see, it's black dress, but my straps, not these straps. I actually had to wear something official. Kind of did what this did. Just kind of doesn't sit quite right where they're supposed to, so they don't match. But it was black. They're both black and they're dark. And if you kind of sit like this, nobody realizes they're not part of the outfit. So, but yeah, not bad. Not bad. And I think for wintertime, to go with some of my dresses that are just single color, these tops, I mean, for some reason now I'm liking kimonos. So, it's a little chilly in the house. Toss one of those on, keeps the shoulders warm, and then I can take them right back off really easy. So I'm starting a little list on my notes because you can't, it's not like Amazon where you have a wish list or whatever. So I'm saving little ones I find that I eventually want to get on my notes on my phone. So I just go back and get it. I mean, they're like, what? At the most, I think $20. So it's not too bad. Mhm. I thought I turned that off. This is too much has gone through my brain today. The ADD has just not stopped. But I swore I just turned that thing off. We'll see if it stays off. Unless I bumped it and turned it back on, but I don't remember doing it. There's the clicking. Yep. It'll stop eventually. But anybody have anything exciting happening or happened just recently? I mean, just get the baby this weekend. So I gotta move the cat little bed she's got. Scarily enough, the cat bed looks the same material as my tear. Pink too. So I can put up her little comfy cozy cot. And then we're gonna go to Rainier. I've only been there twice this year. And So that doesn't even by the time I go this next weekend, it'll cover the cost of the year pass. So take her to a new spots. But yeah, just not a lot going on today. But my brain is in gazillion places. My brain's like, oh, you have to break down cardboard. Oh, you have to get the kitchen counter all organized again because I forgot what I'm missing. I don't have much of a kitchen counter either. I just need to slow down and do it. I call it a city kitchen. Small kitchen, large dining room, large living room. Because it's built in 36. To put you, nope, my babbling will do it. That'll put you right to sleep. I got the sound finally. And I got to transfer it to here. Um, and do a like guided meditation of walking through the woods with the sound of feet, I think, at the beginning, so that people, they can close their eyes and I got to start making bullet points for this because I've been wanting to do this for years, but I finally got the sound and to do it. Walking in the back of the no, not hiking. No, not shopping. Voice memos. Let's see. It'll show up. So no, 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 no. Stop, stop. I'm not recording myself right now. But yeah, something, with that faintly in the background would be cool. And yeah, I'm walking by Bumping Lake. So there's some dry stuff. It's Eastern Washington Forest. So I'd like to get that. And then, like I said, I got to make bullet points of, say, walking by a stream, walking by, a description of a big tall tree, something like that, that people can just kind of listen to while they're falling asleep. So that's nice. They're getting out of work. It's one of those little tiny cars with the big sound that you sit there and laugh and go, you compensating for something? It's like it's like listening to Fast and Furious, you have to no. I still laugh at the fact that my Impala engine is bigger than my son's Explorer engine. I'm just because he auto starts his car and you just hear this little almost no sound at all. Just a little tick 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 tick. And you auto start my car and you get that throaty, just deep rumble. And I'm just like, I'm sorry, your engine's small. Yeah, 'cause I'm a complete dinkus. So, because he had to get an SS Camaro, so the engine was bigger than mine, and then he traded it in for a rig that the engine was smaller than even the Camaro, smaller than my car. So, mhm. And if they're going to do a split shift, I hope not. They've been running like they do a split shift, but then there's also a night crew. And I don't know if I'm not seeing a lot of stuff going in and out of the CA units behind me. So I don't know if they're just finishing the last of it up so they can ship it off before harvest starts again. But I got to do pears. That reminds me. I've seen the sign for peaches, but I need to do pears first. I got to can pears. So, yeah. Speak of the devil, there goes a truck now. Mhm. I was telling somebody, they were talking about my voice this morning, and evidently, uh, you have to go on YouTube. I know I can't play it. But there's it go in for the I think it's how many remember the Warriors? That movie from was it the 80s? I keep getting compared to the radio DJ lady. They said that I'm too much I sound a lot like her. So I was like going I went and listened to it and I'm like, I don't think so. But then again, what y'all hear and what I hear are a little bit different. So I used to hate my voice. I mean, this morning I hadn't had enough coffee or anything to drink. I could have said I was a guy and people would have bought it without even, knowing what I look like. It was so deep this morning. So, I had one guy, oh God, something bit me. It bit me Tuesday. Itches. One guy asked on my news blast, asked Enoch, basically asked Enoch, what AI voice do you use? I want to use it for my stuff. And a comment, I'm like, I'm not AI, I'm an actual human. And so, yeah. Oh yeah. Mocha's so cute. I need to get a picture of Starbuck. It looks a lot like her, except Starbuck's black. And his little muzzle's getting white now though. But yeah, it looks a lot like her. Starbucks something pit bull. I don't remember exactly what. But um oh no, it's a Starbucks a girl. I only see her once a year, maybe twice. So I always forget. I just know she's a dog. And we used to put when we'd take her camping, uh glow necklaces on her. So if she's out in the woods, if she's just chasing a squirrel or whatnot, you can see her and find her. So yeah, I still have a bunch of glow necklaces underneath my bed. And she's getting too old. She don't move much. Talk about a spoiled dog who's not even our dog. We have one of those. Um, it's it's like a chaise lounge. For camping. It can either lay flat or you can sit up a little. Yeah, on either side, whichever. Well, that's her place. That comes every year camping, so she has her place to sit. Yeah, she's not even our dog. So, I think once she goes, I think we'll finally retire that chair because one side's broken. It doesn't stay up anymore. So all of a sudden you're flat on your back, and it's got burn marks. Embers float off the campfire, and you get your chairs, and so yeah, I think once she's gone, and if he doesn't get another dog, we'll retire that thing. Camping, our annual camping trip it's not it's definitely not glamping because if it's not in the cabin, we sleep in a tent. But it is what did some kid call it? Because you guys don't camp, you just stay in the woods. Because one year we brought up the barbecue, we brought up look, especially if my youngest goes, the percolator for the camp stove. so he could have his percolated coffee, because God forbid you do it in the pot that does it over and over again. And well, or the drip coffee maker. That's what he likes, the drip coffee maker, the camp stove. He doesn't like the percolator because he says, "Mom, that just burns the coffee." And I'm like, I don't care if it's burnt or not. It's caffeine. So, do you want to see your mom get grumpy with a headache? So, yeah, going up to Rainier Tuesday. Black Rifle Coffee makes what is it, a 16-ounce can mocha thing with 300 milligrams of caffeine. That's perfect. Got me through the day. So, yeah, I'm a big time coffee drinker. And, well, anything with caffeine. Hey, Rick, how are you? I didn't get to comment, but I did like your video this morning. I didn't get to comment because I was too busy making breakfast at 11 o'clock. Yeah, we had eggs at 11 o'clock because Princess here didn't wake up till 9:30. There's no daycare kids. So, yeah, I want to go camping next year. Keith likes going to the Forest Service cabin, but I want to go camping because the cabin, it's it's nice. It's rustic. Um, uh, I s- I usually have my camera everywhere. Not this time. When I saw this little mouse, because when they added the wood floor in the kitchen, rather than take out the old flooring, they just laid it on top of it. So there was a gap in the door because they filed down the door so they could open it partially. And there's a little mouse just staring at me. And I really wish I would have had my camera because it's just looking at me underneath the door like, "You gonna let me in? You gonna let me in?" And I stomped my foot and it took off, but I had already shooed it out of the cabin once that day. So it just scurried around and I got it back out the door. But yeah, the campsite, I need to upload it here. It's quiet. There's kind of like right here, the faintest of noises. You just get the wind, you get the birds, and not even a lot of birds. You just get quiet. And it's oh god, I didn't realize how you don't realize how noisy your life is until you go out to a place like that and just hear nothing. It's wonderful. I can't I wanna go back. Um, I wanna go back and just camp there for a night even. Can't have any fires, so it's not like I have to worry about chopping wood or anything. I'll throw up the tent, which takes about 10 minutes to put up, and there goes my little bit of quiet. The heat pump turned on. Um, just read. I don't know. I don't know if we'll get the time to slow down to do that, but I want to. He's not looking about thrilled about sleeping on a air mattress. Um, I don't mind it. We have 2 separate air mattresses because 'cause I'm tired of by the time, it adjusts to the cold and the ground, and if he gets up to go to the bathroom, I sink to the floor. So we're just like, now it's 2 separate, you know, 2 separate air mattresses with a piece of carpeting in the middle. Yes, I do. I have this piece of carpeting in the middle that helps, the dust, the pine needles and whatever, so you don't take it to bed with you. It all goes on the carpet. And, enough to get out of the tent, in and out of the tent, the space in between us, so they're not walking on each other trying to get out. So, but I just wanna get up to that quiet. I don't even care if it's for a day and come home when it gets dark. I mean, I'll get plenty of quiet here when school starts, but it's a different quiet. It's the you actually have something to look at or pay attention to, not just your four walls. Uh, and if you're lucky, the jets go overhead and you get to see them. That's a practice run I had to explain to the daycare kids because Tuesday, the 13-year-old brought up the fact that when the jet went over Bumping Lake, I didn't think to warn him because they tend to come at about 1 o'clock or so, typically, not always, but typically. And that poor child, this was 4 years ago, I think now, was in the fetal position on the ground. I didn't think to warn him, and it scared him. So, yeah, he reminded me of that. So when we're at the top of Chinook Pass, I said, "Okay, nobody behind me. It's Tuesday. There's not a lot of traffic." Um, I said, "Okay, look down this canyon. See how big this is? How long this is? This is why they can this is why they practice up and down. This is one of the longest canyons they can practice in." And, he felt a little bit better. But of course, he also felt a lot better the fact that, he understood when grandma says, "Don't worry. It's okay. There's nothing to worry about." Yeah, there's nothing to worry about, you know. Oh, that sounds good. I miss the way the pork used to be. They've made it so lean now. Oh, miss the old fat pigs that we used to eat. Um, tonight's something with chicken because Snickers is out of chicken. Yeah. Most cats like the little, treats or whatever, the little things you shake the bag and they come running. Not mine. She could care less. So I cook her with no seasoning, no nothing. I cook her a chicken breast and then I shred it and divide it up into little baggies into the freezer, and then that's her treat in the morning is a little bit of cooked chicken. She'll eat that. She'll eat ham. Oh God, will she eat not bologna, bacon. Like it's gone out of style. So yeah. So she won't eat actual cat treats. She wants human food. And no wonder why she weighs 18 pounds. Nope, she's not in there. Lately, she's been sleeping under my pictures. So. I think I've been sleeping. I slept too much today. Usually, lately it's been 6 hours, and I'm good to go. And I think last night I probably slept close to 9 hours. So my body's like, going, "We want to go back to sleep again." And I'm like, "Nobody. It's too late in the afternoon to go back to sleep." So, but yeah, I know it's just been an exciting live. Anyone got anything to talk about? And we're just sitting there, y'all listen to me ramble. I mean, the fire is like 64% contained. Still can't go up Highway 12 over White Pass. Hubby had just said earlier that one of the reasons it's going to be a while before they open that pass, that corridor. A large, good sized, large burning tree fell over across the road. So we're gonna, and they'll probably cut a swath on each side of the road now. Anything, if it does, hopefully it doesn't ever catch on fire, but it's on fire 3 years ago. But the length of a tall tree, so if it does fall, it doesn't hit the road. Because me and daughter came back from Mount St. Helens, and uh, the road was open, and we drove through smoke because the fire had been up there. It's close to the top of the pass because it was. Oh, that's rude. I'm sorry. Uh, though a yawn is way better than blowing your nose. Um, Sandy something. It's a trailhead that will take you to Twin Sisters Lakes. But it's a heck of a lot longer hike than if you go from the Chinook side. That's one place. That's the one I wanted to download. I swear to God. Being ADD just has its own challenges. That's the one I wanted to download so I could do a voiceover to, is the hike up to Twin Sisters Lakes. It's about 2 miles. But it's sure pretty. And the lakes are gorgeous. There's 2 of them. There's Little Twin and Big Twin. And talk about watching someone's face. We're up there and we took daughter. She'd never been. The Little Twin has a sandy beach. And it just blew her mind to be up there in the mountains and then come across this yeah. You walk from the forest straight out into this nice sandy beach in front of this lake. That's really pretty. Yeah, we have a grand dogger, and she's not allowed to come out. Well, they just don't bring her out to the house. Not that she's not allowed. Um, they brought her once, and she's a cat chaser. Hey, Maritza, she's a cat chaser. So she chased my cat, that fat 18-pounder, downstairs. So I thought she was stuck underneath the cabinets, and so I pulled her back legs, and 3 nights in the hospital for a cat bite infection. So yeah, the dog's really pretty. She's husky something. She's got those big, thick, fuzzy husky ears. Oh god, they're so fun to play with. But yeah, whenever he comes out, she stays at home, or she'll chase the cats. And I don't need another $3,000 bill, and that's left over from insurance that we had to pay. So, excuse me. Yeah. So we're just it's a strictly cat household here. We used to have dogs. Snickers Raisin Loaf was raised with a golden retriever for the first few years of her life, but she doesn't like dogs anymore after being chased. No, she would, when she was a kitten, would snuggle underneath Max's fur and stay warm and just sleep under there. And Max he must have been about 13 when she was born, because he was 16 and a half when we finally had to have him put down because he just couldn't walk anymore. His old hip joints were like, I'm done. It seems so strange. It's quiet. I don't know. Maybe I'm just enjoying the quiet while I can. I don't know. And I didn't think of a topic. I was just like, hubby's like, you gonna go live? Yeah. I said, I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm here. So, yeah. I did I'll upload a couple of shorts I did today. So, oh God, I didn't even think about it. I didn't even think about it. Speaking of one of those houses, there, uh, Wallace, Idaho, if it's still there, has a museum of a cat house. It closed in '88. That's when it finally closed. And I kept laughing at dad, because that's where he grew up. He grew up in Wallace, Idaho. I said, well, when you go to get rid of this couch, just donate it to, I think it's called the Oasis, or it was. If it's still running, I don't know. I said, just donate it to them because it was not sure why mother thought we needed to have this couch. Red velvet. Um, uh, Remember the couches from the '80s that had the high back? Usually they were floral and had like the sweeping little side arms. It was that shape of a couch, but in red, and a matching chair. I told dad, I said, just send those to Idaho, donate them to the museum. Said it fit perfectly. Um, I asked my birth mother one day because I don't know if it's still there anymore, but growing up there was a motel, and I thought it was hilarious because it was called the Molly Be Damned. Um, and it touted that it had theme rooms. Never stayed in it. Just always drove by it. It was just one of those single level motels with what, 7 or 8 rooms. And I said, so does the Molly Be Damned rent by the hour? And she looks at me and goes, not anymore. I'm like, oh, okay. So, not sure. Though I do know I'm the product of 2 friends drinking, dancing, and here I am. So, yeah, that just cracked me up. She's like, not anymore. And I'm like, okay, duly noted. So, yeah, I haven't been back to Wallace in over 20 years. So, oh yeah, remember the beds with 1,000 fingers? You know? Oh yeah, those were the colors of the '70s. Oh God. Um, the 1,000 fingers bed. Those were always fun. We're always fighting over who got the change and who got to lay on the bed. There's generations that'll never know what that's like. Not to mention have to explain to them, you know, we didn't need to ride on that horse in the front of a grocery store if you stayed at a motel for 25 cents and you could just sit there and sit there and vibrate yourself right off the bed. Um, it was one of the last places I remember having that was really cute motel. It's gone now. I'm pretty sure it's either businesses or houses, but um, it was old. We're like talking 30s, made in the 30s old. Um, they're little motels similar, like they're like little tiny apartments, little kitchenettes and stuff. And then it had bed with that on it there, but it also had this little forested area that was right beside it, and it kept the noise down from the freeway from I-90, but it was just really cool. It just had that old motel smell, the one that mother would complain, "Oh, they've been smoking in here," kind of thing. And it was just like, no, this is smells like nostalgia, mother. Yeah. Uh, oh boy, yeah. Oh, I bet you saw a lot of those colors. I mean, I grew up with the good old avocado green oven and refrigerator. Yeah. Moved out to an apartment here in Yakima. Got to enjoy the white stove and the white refrigerator. Moved 2 years later, moved into a duplex, avocado green stove, refrigerator, and dishwasher. So, yeah, I was just like, "Oh boy." Had a little bit of the shag carpet. They finally came in after I complained a few times that it's coming undone from the little teeth that hold the carpet in, and I run a licensed daycare. We can't have this happen with the daycare kids. And so they fixed it. But yeah, it was like yeah, dark cabinets, dark wood cabinets. My aunt had a bathroom, and I'm pretty sure her son's remodeled it by now because he lives in the house now. The sink, tub, and toilet were all lavender, that lilac lavender purple. I just loved it. I thought it was really, really cool to sit on a purple toilet. Because purple's my favorite color. So yeah. And nowadays kids are gonna remember houses that are, oh, what are they? Taupe and this weird brown color that's just no. I'm one of these people that like rooms of different colors. Uh, um, like the dining room is this really light blue. The living room is a light blue green. They called it aquarium something. I don't remember. And uh, this room's this color. My room's a weird green. It wasn't the green that I wanted when I put it on the wall, but it's on the wall, so I'll deal with it. So I just um growing up. Okay. My adoptive mother's Mexican. I was raised in the Mexican culture. So my great grandma got her own house. She had they ran a grocery store in for Yakima Chief Ranch. So they had like workers housing. Well, they ran the grocery store there. Uh, so they lived there. Well, she finally retired and built her own place. And the colors, you could stand in the bathroom, which was bright pink. And from that angle, you can see all the rooms. Her room was purple, like my bathroom is. Her brother's room, blue, kind of a sky blue, bright sky blue. Straight ahead was this green, that color green, living room. Okay. You could see into the laundry room. This color orange, laundry room. Good sized laundry room with a sink and a toilet in it. God, I know that does sound so good. Then the kitchen, bright yellow. I mean, I grew up, every house had to have a yellow kitchen. Oh my God, that's a lot of yellow. Oh, and it's that kind of 70s yellow. That yellowish golden. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a fan of yellow either. Oh boy, I bet, Match. I bet. Man. But yeah, mother had to have yellow kitchen. It's bright. It wakes you up in the morning. And I'm like, I don't want to be awake in the morning. I mean, when the house dad's in now, when they first bought it in the 70s, the old people the kitchen was pink. My kitchen in my other house was pink, and I would love to redo it again here, but I haven't gotten around to paint. That's the only part of the upstairs I haven't repainted was the kitchen because I spent too much time in there. I, but the inside was burgundy. Inside the kitchen cabinets were burgundy. It must have been a thing because that house is a little bit that house, I think, was built maybe in the 40s, or this was the 30s. But it must have been a thing because I was redoing all my stuff in my kitchen because I got rid of most of my old pots and pans, and I bought my, nice, really nice set of, uh, was it Cuisinart pots and pans, stainless, I think I've used one out of the whole set because I still have, I've saved like one pan of all sizes of my old pans because, you know, I don't want to scuff the nice shiny edges on the new pots and pans. And, but I was down underneath there rearranging and cleaning and stuff, and there's a small corner. Probably somebody just never reached when they were repainting it because it's mostly white in there. Of that same color, the kitchen cupboards were when my folks moved in. That weird burgundy red. That had to have been a thing. But yeah, she painted it yellow, and a few years back, we were up Rainier, and we were standing there looking up the Stevens Canyon. I mean, Stevens Creek, um, and there was something that triggered me to say this, and I don't remember what the conversation was about, but I just, and I go, I hate yellow. And hubby nudges me, and the guy next to me is Asian. And I was, because I guess he looked at me like, excuse me? And I was like, I said, God, I said, every kitchen I had, my mother had to paint it yellow. I said, I'm so sick of it. Just so I know, so he wouldn't realize I wasn't talking bad about him or anybody else. It's just that, I don't like yellow. I tolerate orange, but I just, no. Um, not a not a fan, but you know, cool. Okay. No, I love purple. Everything I can get is mostly purple. Um, I think get two more of these coming, and I think I'll see if anybody wants to get them. I'd basically be shipping and whatever sale price I can get these at from like uh Shutterfly. I know I have a spring store. I got to figure out how to use that, but it seems like Shopify is the cheapest for t-shirts because I can get my Y-Files t-shirts. They come in for like $20. Oh, what? Sink in your bedroom? Mother thought of putting one in for me. And my dad was like, she doesn't leave the room as is. You're going to make it so she never leaves? Because teenagers hide in their room all the time. Can I visualize someplace I've been with a pink tiled? I don't know where. That's what's falling apart on my dad's house is, um, uh, the original house. It's fine. The add-ons are the problem. So, he fixed the closet, turned the garage into a dining room slash family room area, and then he added on to that. And then he added on behind the house, and that's what's having the problems. Yeah. So I think he was not a handyman. I grew up, for me, a screwdriver was a flat bladed screwdriver was your kitchen knife. So yeah, but I remember taking apart a house. We won a bid to take apart a house, and those are the walls from that house is what he built the add-on with. So the walls are sturdy. The roof, not so much. I remember hearing when he was working between the two hearing the cats fall down between the walls. You hear them bounce all the way down. I'm like, that's nice. But mm, yeah, I think I had to learn how to fix things myself, or it wasn't going to get fixed right. I mean, mm, oh, just seen it. The swing sets, the metal swing sets like you do now have nowadays, or even back then, just the same old swing sets. If you rocked it too far, they lift it up off the ground. Um, Putting one of those together with my dad. Hubby was They're trying to build it up in the backyard. Got the swing set at Sears. The typical. Yeah, that's where you got your swing set. That or Montgomery Ward's, and um, hubby was panicking because oh, yeah, that would be different. Oh, 70s flower stickers. God. Um, but hubby's panicking because they get this thing put together, and it's for the kids. The boys were little. There's extra nuts and bolts and whatnot, and he's just trying to figure out, where did these go? Why didn't we use this? Why didn't we use? And it finally, somewhere in small print on the instructions, some models will have extra screws and nuts and bolt, whatever. Hey, Shannon, how are you? Um, so yeah, he calmed down after that, but and you're putting together a play set for your kids, and you got these extra nuts and bolts, and your brain's going, "Is this gonna be safe?" Well, no, it wasn't safe. It was for boys. Um, but yeah, small writing at the bottom. Some models will have extra nuts and bolts, and I was just like, "Good, you guys can stop freaking out now, and we can, get it finished." But yeah, that was funny. Man, those boys just when we moved, a friend of ours, and he still lived here, had a huge trailer, flatbed trailer. So instead of taking apart the swing set, they just loaded it on the flatbed trailer, all put together, and drove it out. So that was funny. Oh yeah. God, I don't know. That reminds me. Uh, there's a fish ladder about 30 or so miles from us, and it's a 3-year-old, because she wants to go to the woods, and there was a bunch of little nuts and bolts on the side, like somebody dumped out a toolbox or something on. I'm not sure, but I'm sitting there gathering them up, going, silent generation, people that went through the uh, depression, kept everything, So I was raised to do the same thing. So I'm thinking, well, I got the nuts and the bolts that go together. I'll just gather them up and keep them. Uh-huh. Yeah. No, that was my father putting things together. It's like watching Red Green put something together. Um, so I gathered those up, and I'm looking, and the sun hits it just right, and it's still in my car in a medicine jar that I keep all my extra meds in. Uh, I swear I need to have it looked at. I swear it's a heart-shaped diamond. And it's, between my nails, it's about that big. It's fairly large. And I bet someone is just devastated that they lost their diamond. So I want to see if it really is, and then maybe have it made into a necklace for my granddaughter. My ringer's on. Let's see. Let me guess. Patriot Supply. Come on. Patriot Supply. Yep. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. 1 week, no food. Whether you make it out unscathed, don't find out the hard way. Prepare with our 1 week food kit. Over 2,000 daily calories packed to grab and go. Be ready. Yeah, I get their stuff now. I mean, since uh, um, most of my stuff that comes through for text messages is Patriot Supply, Killstar, Joann's, Fabric, my dentist. Yeah, occasionally my children, but that's about it. I can't see half the things if you guys are on see channels and I do stuff in emojis, that's easiest for me to see because this is blurry. This is better, but then my eyelashes stick to it. So, oh yeah. And Rick, I was raised by an Irishman. One of the first sentences I remember learning as a kid was that I remember hearing, as a kid was, Walt, quit being so sarcastic. Yeah. That's one of the first sentences I remember hearing. So, oh yeah. Sarcasm is my second fluent language I speak. Okay, guys, I shouldn't be here tomorrow. Maybe I'll have something exciting to talk about. Recycling and donut isn't that exciting. And the reason we call it donut is it's a 2003 Expedition we bought from the city that used to be a cop car. No, I'll never stop being sarcastic. But yeah, we decided, I was calling it the Behemoth because it's an Expedition. It's huge. But we decided donut was far better since it used to be a cop car. It still has the sheriff's push guard, brush guard, whatever you want to call it, where they can put the rubber stuff on the front. Yeah, so you come flying up behind somebody, and if they're really not paying attention, they think a sheriff's behind them. And it gets really, really annoying because they don't speed up, they go slower. So, to end this for Paola, in case she's watching it, I know she's still cleaning. All my love, Miss Dragon. So, yeah, maybe tomorrow will be a little bit more exciting. Probably not, but maybe. And away we go. Thank you for being part of Miss Dragon's menagerie. I hope you enjoyed your stay. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All my love, Miss Dragon.